Turn your chicken bones into treasure with this simple recipe for Instant Pot chicken stock. Hi everyone, Kristen here. As someone who suffers from a chronic disease, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. If you're like me, you use chicken stock weekly, from soups to cooking rice to just the liquid needed used in your Instant Pot. The uses are endless. And while it's not a per se expensive ingredient, it certainly does add up when you need to purchase it for so many things. Well, I'm gonna share with you how to make Instant Pot chicken stock that tastes so much better than anything store-bought for pennies. So let's get cooking. To make chicken stock, you need chicken bones. You can use the bones from chicken thighs, chicken breasts, chicken wings, or the carcass from a whole chicken. This is the perfect time to use the bones from my Instant Pot whole chicken recipe. You just want to place your carcass right inside the inner pot. This is a great time to use one of these metal strainers if you happen to have it on hand, and then you would just place all your ingredients in the strainer so that you can strain off the solids after you make your Instant Pot chicken stock. But I know many of you don't have it and you don't need it. So I'm gonna show you how to make it without the strainer today. Now to flavor our stock, we wanna add in vegetables. And here's another huge money-saving tip for you. Anytime you have wilted celery or some wilted fresh herbs, or you're peeling carrots, or you have a little bit of minced onion left over, place those scraps into a freezer-safe bag and store them in your freezer. You can add to it as you collect vegetables, and then once you have the bones from a chicken, you're ready to make broth for pennies. I don't happen to have any scraps left over today, so I'm gonna share with you how to make it using whole vegetables. I have one peeled carrot that I've cut in half here, 2 stalks of celery. Be sure to use those leaves on the top of your celery. They add so much flavor. I also have 2 onions that have been cut in half and peeled. I'm adding in 2 sprigs of fresh thyme. I absolutely love the flavor combination of chicken and thyme together. You can certainly omit the thyme, or you could add in rosemary if you like that, or parsley, whatever you have on hand. I'm adding in a couple of bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. That sounds like a lot of salt. You can certainly cut that salt in half if you're following a really low sodium diet. And I would omit the salt altogether if you're using the bones from a rotisserie chicken bought from the store, as they often are really, really salty. And finally, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of peppercorns. And now we want to add in 10 cups of cold tap or filtered water. Don't use warm water, that changes the cooking time. And that's it. Pop the lid on the Instant Pot. We want to make sure our vent knob is pointed towards sealed, not venting. And now to set cooking time. You have 2 options here. You can make chicken stock, which is rich and delicious and used in everyday cooking, or you can use this recipe to make bone broth, which is really, really rich and gelatinous and known for a lot of healing properties. The choice is yours. The only difference is the cooking time. For rich chicken stock, you want to hit manual or pressure cook and use the plus or minus buttons and adjust until it reads 45. That's what I'm cooking today. If you want to make bone broth, you want to set the cooking time for 120 minutes. You really need that extra amount of time to break down those bones and so that they can release their trace minerals and gelatin into the broth. Once the cooking time has elapsed, don't do anything for at least 30 minutes. I know that's a lot longer than I typically tell you for a natural pressure release, but there's a lot of liquid inside our Instant Pot and we have to give it time to cool off here. After the 30 minutes, you can open up your Instant Pot. Smells good. Now we need to strain off the solids from our broth here. If you used a strainer, it's super easy. You're just gonna pull it up out of your inner pot and let that liquid drain off and then discard the solids. If you did not use a metal strainer, then what you want to do is carefully remove your inner pot and pour your stock over a fine mesh strainer, which will catch any solids, over a very large mixing bowl. At this point, we just want to let our chicken stock cool slightly, and then you can transfer it into 2 to 4 cup containers and store it in the refrigerator for up to 5 days or in the freezer for up to 3 months. Now, you may notice after refrigeration that some fat solids float to the top. You just want to skim those off with a spoon and you're good to go. And that's it. You can use this broth in endless ways, from chilies to soups to cooking rice to cooking lentils to cooking quinoa, or you can use it to make instant pot chicken and dumplings, which I'm going to show you how to do in the next recipe. Until then, happy cooking.